Welcome to Noona Ya Business podcast, episode 9, Kdrama Olympics. Today we break K-dramas into 7 captivating events and award a bronze, silver, and gold medal to some very deserving contenders. We also dig into the real Winter Olympics and critique the opening and closing ceremonies. And new game alert, you've probably heard of Kill, Marry, fill in the blank. But have you ever played piggyback ride, fall asleep on the bus, or trip and accidentally kiss? We give it a try and laugh our heads off. And why isn't this podcast sponsored by Subway yet? You be the judge of that. All of that is coming up today on Noona Ya Business.
How was Germany?
It was good. The food is good. I will say, we did not eat a ton of German food. It was kind of hard to find German restaurants. Probably because we didn't really know,
no sausage.
We went to one German
restaurant.
No
worst.
I had no worst. I had no sausage. I'm not sure what schnitzel is. But I had Spätzle, and I had hot wine.
You had hot wine?
Yeah, mulled wine with amaretto in it. Yes, please. I highly recommend that.
Really?
Yeah, we just stood on the street drinking wine. It was
Why is it
awesome.
that in America we drink all of our wine cold? Because
I don't know.
Don't Asian cultures drink warm wine too?
I don't know.
Isn't sake supposed to be served hot?
You can get it. I think you can have it both ways, but you can definitely get it hot.
Huh.
What else did we do? I don't even remember. It was such a blur. I can't remember anything. It was freezing, and I thought my feet were gonna fall off.
My son was watching the Olympics, which is what our podcast is about today.
Yes.
And said something about, wouldn't it be nice if the world was always like this, like cheering for each other and getting along? And I was thinking, oh, I love you so much.
I'm so proud of him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I feel like so I don't watch the Olympics very often, and I did watch partially this time because I'm interested in South Korea, but I liked how, because it was on NBC, I liked how they featured athletes from all over the world. Mm-hmm. So they would do little features on global athletes. So they did our American team, and that was cool because I liked learning about them, but they really opened it up. I feel like I was super impressed by that, and I thought it made the coverage way more interesting.
Yeah.
But
it was really
something. I guess I didn't expect it because we're always like, go Team USA. I thought we would just get profiles on Team USA, but we didn't. We got a lot.
Which also, in the car today, we were talking about the wrap up of the Olympics and who won how many. My son was convinced Norway would win, and they did.
They were leading the whole time.
Can you win the Olympics? My husband's like
yes.
You can win the Olympics. And I was arguing with him, and he's like, no, you can win the Olympics. And
I feel like if you walk away with the most medals, but there's a difference between the most medals and the most gold medals.
I was going to say, and I think it should be more of like the math nerd in me, more like a percentage. Like, she's coming out. The glasses are on.
I love it.
If you only have one athlete from your country and they win a gold medal,
then really you're 100%.
You're 100%. Whereas if you have 30 people who go to the Olympics and 2 people win a medal, the percentages aren't good, right? I think it should be more percentage-based.
Actually a solid point. I feel like you should get a little more credit if you're
I think the Olympic Planning Committee should call me and we should really discuss this.
We got to redo this, guys. We got a lot to change before, 2020?
2020.
So,
yep.
Becca's on it.
I'm on it. I'm all over it.
The rest of us are over here like, oh, this is so much math. just play sports.
So do you want to just jump into the...
Let's dump, girl.
Do you want to just jump into the Olympics? I thought we could talk about the opening ceremonies.
Yes. Can we start by saying that I was watching at my house. You were at a friend's house.
Yes, I was. We have a tradition of watching the opening ceremonies together.
The best. I love that.
It's really fun.
We were texting each other through the whole thing, like, did you see this? Did you see this? Did you see this? And then we're like, oh my God, I'm crying.
It was
crying
beautiful.
Emojis everywhere.
I think all those kids, they're 5.
This is the thing.
We're so beautiful.
So you give me like a childhood quest, and I'm already done. Mm-hmm. You surround it by the spirit of global unity and magic and bettering our world, and I'm like, forget it. Why did I even show up? I know I'm going to be a mess.
Right.
So it was such an emotional landmine. It felt like I felt very invested in it. And it was so quick and I don't know. That's my favorite part of the Olympics is the opening ceremony.
It was beautiful. And they were in character.
Mm-hmm. The whole time.
Crazy in character the whole time.
The different elements that they used too, I thought was really amazing. So I liked the puppets. That was my favorite part. And that tiger puppet at the beginning. Oh my God. I was sobbing. I don't know why. It was just so majestic and beautiful. I loved it.
It was great. And I liked how on TV they kept saying, now some of the things that you're seeing, the people in the crowd can't see.
Yeah, which was interesting.
And so the friend that I was watching with, we were trying to guess, okay, what would that be? And so it would have been interesting to see just what the people in the crowd were seeing. Yeah. But anyway, well done.
That's
Whoever planned it, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And again, the whole like storyline of children on a mission and they're trying to find something. It was really, really beautiful.
It was. And it felt very hopeful. It felt very in tune with what the Olympic spirit is supposed to be. It felt very nice. The drone thing? Do you remember that?
Yes.
That was bonkers.
It was... I don't know how people plan that stuff.
I don't either. It kind of stressed me out.
Actually, so it'll bring me to the closing ceremonies. Did you finally watch the closing ceremonies?
So the only video I could find performances from EXO and CL, and that was it. That was all I could find.
Okay. That might have been all you needed, because when EXO came out in their, like, gator...
Oh, yeah, I saw that part.
I don't know why. I forget who I was even watching it with. They said something about... these are the hottest like golf course bag boys ever, because it just looked like they were like golf course people, and I was like, well,
it kind of looked like they were wearing school uniforms or something. Yeah, I couldn't really tell what the look was, or was it supposed to be like Olympic uniform, like team uniforms? I guess that's kind of what it was like what the Olympic team would come in and out of the dome to.
Yeah,
dome, is that where it is? Is it a dome?
It was a
arena?
Big epic.
I don't know.
Which also, so then that brings me to the internet was losing their mind over EXO, which is great.
Oh, yeah,
EXO's amazing.
They're always great.
But then I saw CL's performance and was thinking, why are people not freaking out about hers? Because I can't even imagine the area where she was performing was so massive and there was nobody around her. And I'm thinking, as a performer, I've clearly never been a performer in front of hundreds of thousands of people, but how she could not hear. There's no way she could hear them like cheering and screaming. So wouldn't you feel like you were performing into an empty black hole? I
feel like it would be the most bizarre experience to be in that sort of arena.
She was fantastic.
Especially by herself. But CL, of anybody that could fill an entire arena on her own, I mean, she's like a total superstar. And she has that presence too. She's larger than life.
Yeah. Her outfit was amazing.
She looked awesome. Yeah, she was great. I love EXO's music, so they were really fun. I thought it was good selections, and it was great. I wanted that in the opening ceremony too, and I feel like I was kind of disappointed. And I get why they didn't have K-pop in the opening ceremony, because it really wasn't about that. Although they did play K-pop while the countries were walking in, and that's when we really started to pick up our texting. Yeah, because we were like, I know this song.
I was a little disappointed too. I kept thinking like, oh, at any minute one of my favorite groups are going to come out and do this cool performance. Because I remember when my friend and I started this tradition of watching the opening ceremonies. It was in Canada, and Katie Lang came out in the opening ceremonies and performed some sort of beautiful version of Alleluia. And we were at a Buffalo Wild Wings of all things, so this like manly sports bar. Nobody was there to watch the opening of the Olympics but me and her, I swear. And we like had tears coming down our eyes because it was so amazing and so beautiful.
And they did have those 3 singers come out, or was it 4 singers come out and do Imagine?
Oh yeah.
And that was really incredible.
Was cool. Yeah.
Really beautiful moment. And again, that felt more like it belonged in the performance, whatever you want to say, the ceremony. So I get it. It was good. But for those of us who are just fangirls, we were like,
I was really hoping for a little more. It was, again, amazing. I don't have that many. I feel... You kind of feel like on your birthday when you're wondering, will I get a surprise? Will somebody remember? And then at the end of the day, nobody remembers.
Yeah. And it's still your birthday, so it's like still a good day.
Yeah.
But
just, you were hoping for just that little extra.
Yeah, and it was total like selfish hope, because again, it was a phenomenal show, and they really, I mean, like, it was like, can it get better? Yes, here's 1,000,000 fireworks.
Yes.
Which also, I'm kind of scared of fireworks. I was telling somebody today, I don't like anything that can potentially explode. So I really don't like being around guns, even prop guns. I don't like being around them. I don't like microwaves, because, I mean, like, obviously I have to use one, but if I don't have to stand directly near it, just in case it explodes. Same with fireworks. Like, I know it's far away, but I'd also just like to not be there.
Yeah,
I could just live without it.
I get that.
That's nuts, right?
Mm-hmm. No.
Yes, it is.
You're fine.
That's okay.
I'll tell you it's normal.
Thanks, girl.
We'll just talk about you behind your back. No, I'm totally kidding.
You and the microphone. Yeah, I thought it was really cool. It made me want to go to South Korea even more than I already wanted to go to South Korea. Mm-hmm. I was super jealous of all the athletes. It's like, God, why couldn't I be good at a sport so I could go to Pyeongchang?
Actually, after the Olympics, some American blogger wrote this great article. I think I forwarded it to you about how K-pop should be an Olympic sport. And she had this great, she broke it down with like, all right, an Olympic athlete trains for 4 hours a day and they train for 4 years and then they have this one event and then many of them retire. Not all of them, but many of them. And then she broke it down with like a K-pop idol.
It is really similar.
Yeah, but they train for like 6 hours a day. So they train even more. Mm-hmm. And then they may take 10 years to even get to the point of debuting, and then they may not even debut. And so her whole argument was just very well rounded. We'll have to post that article, but it was really fascinating. And I liked her point of view because she'd never heard of K-pop until the Olympics.
Oh, really?
And it was after she saw EXO perform that she really dived in and then wrote this article. And I was thinking, that's great.
EXO is in that upper echelon of groups that can make anybody instantly turn into a K-pop fan. I feel like I definitely remember when I first heard them and I was like, oh, come on. This stuff just keeps getting better and better. I still will, when I'm in a bad mood or I'm sad, I just watch the Call Me Baby music video.
Oh, I love that music video.
I do too. It's so good.
So many good things in that one. So do you want to dive into our Olympics ceremony today?
We trained for this. We've been training for this since we started watching K-dramas.
We decided we were going to play, or the whole theme of today's podcast would be if K-dramas were an Olympic event. And then we broke it down into 7 main sports, if you will. And we're going to award a gold, silver, and bronze medal to people that we would consider great contenders in these events. So should we just jump in with the first one?
Go for it.
So
I'm so pleased with us.
I think this is really good. Our first event or sport is kissing with your eyes open.
And there's a lot of competition out there, folks.
There's a lot of, and I feel like they must train.
Yeah, you'd have to, because I feel like it's your instinct when you kiss someone, just like, I better not watch this. I better just close them up tight because this is awkward.
We're about to get real close.
Really close.
Here's the thing I don't understand.
Don't you lose focus?
Yeah, you would go cross-eyed if you left your eyes open.
Okay, I'm kissing my hand right now, and I see like 4 hands. It doesn't make any sense.
You are. She really did kiss her hand right now, and her eyes really did just cross.
It's not natural.
So you would have to train pretty gosh darn hard.
I already failed out of the sport.
To get a gold medal in this one.
I think I know what my event would be. We can pick our events afterward.
All right, I like that idea. Should we go backwards? Should we go silver, bronze, or
bronze,
silver, gold?
Yes.
All right.
You do bronze because I just admitted that I never finished this show.
All right, I gave... Wait, what did we pick?
Oh, no, just kidding. I had them switched.
I was going to say you picked this one.
Okay, this category is complicated too because we think that there are times the open-eyed kiss has actually worked very well.
Yes, which I do not understand how it can work well.
No, but we just had like a mini meltdown over our gold medalist because when we remembered that it happened, we were like, oh, that is excellent.
Yeah.
But okay, obviously Park Shin-hye is in a lot of shows. She does get kissed suddenly.
Very
frequently,
often.
And she is like the queen of that look of like, oh.
It is I'm from Iowa. I've hit 4 deer in my life. And the phrase deer in the headlight is exactly Park Shin-hye. She doesn't even look like she's enjoying it.
No, she looks like she commits so hard to it. It's like, your eyes are going to be open here. She's like, oh, you want my eyes open? They're going to be as open as they can be. I'm not even going to blink. So she gets our bronze. Honestly, she should probably get the gold. But she gets bronze because we think that there's a way to look less she's off, like, uncomfortable.
It's in every drama she's in. She gets kissed in her eyes. Again. And in Air, so the one I'm thinking mostly of is Airs with Lee Min-ho. And it's not just her eyes. She does not look like she's enjoying the kiss.
No.
Whatsoever.
And usually I feel like somehow it works where her character, it makes sense for her character to be like a little unhappy with the situation. Definitely in the airs because she's, you know, the push and pull is real. But yeah, it's often, I just think, I don't know, her expression is always so funny and she makes it work. It doesn't like ruin the show or anything, but you just go away remembering that one time that she kept her eyes open.
Like it's Lee Min-ho. You can enjoy that a little bit.
Let's sink into it, hun. Live the life the rest of us wish we were living. You lucky woman.
Pretend you like it.
Yeah.
So she gets our bronze. Our silver medal is going to go to...
this is the one I haven't finished.
Yes. So Gong Hyo-jin and Jo In-sung.
Yeah.
In It's Okay, That's Love. Megan started this. Again, Megan doesn't love the almost real life dramas.
Too real.
I love them.
Love
them. I dove into the show. I bawled like a baby at the show. But there's so many great kisses where, I mean, she's very afraid of physical intimacy in the show because of like a childhood incident. But I
love that character trait about her. That's so interesting, and you never hear about that.
Right.
I mean, that is not I'm sure that's a real thing that people live with, and you never hear about it.
Right. But he just dives in, and her, obviously, he's always very sweet and romantic. His eyes are always closed. Her eyes are always wide open. But she pulls off what Park Shin-hye does not, where Gong Hyo-jin just looks like she's just conflicted. You can tell that she really wants to enjoy what's happening, but she's like afraid of that.
Yeah, and in Park Shin-hye's defense, I feel like plot-wise, it's always like a little bit goofier and broader in her shows where it's like, it is like a sudden, oh my goodness, and you do have to overact it because it's like an over-the-top moment. And that's what's so cool about It's Okay, That's Love, what I watched of it is a really subtle show.
It is.
And it feels very natural, and the characters are like super complicated, and it felt, I don't know, she makes it feel very natural and real. And it's not just like a boing, 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 like, eyes popping out of your head thing. Not that Park Shin-hye goes boing, boing, boing. I don't know. That's just the first thing that came to my. That's the first sound that came to my mind. If I had to kiss someone with my eyes open, I would totally be making a boing, 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 boing sound. For a fact. Anyway, moving to gold.
Gold.
I just derailed that. Okay, guys. All right, I don't know how long it's been since you watched Healer. Been a while for me and Becca. It was one of our first dramas. And when we were trying to come up with these, I was like, isn't there a kiss in Healer where he kisses her and her eyes are closed and his eyes are open? And Becca's like, yes. And she immediately remembered the scene. They're in the kitchen. Okay, and Healer has like the best kisses ever. Like, so good.
Ji Chang-wook should get the gold in all things.
He's like he gets the opposite gold medal too, because when he covers her eyes up with the hat and kisses her, that's like so romantic. But they're in the kitchen and they're just like, she's cooking and keeps trying to dodge his kisses, and he finally gets her and he kisses her, and he just, oh God, it sounds creepy when you talk about it. It's like he's watching her, but it's so loving and sexy.
It's so sweet because this was right after he had disappeared from her life because his mentor had passed away, and I hope this isn't spoiling it for anybody.
Your emotional state is already very, very complicated.
And so I think what they were probably trying to go for is he was convinced it was still a dream, so he wanted to make sure she wasn't going to disappear. He wanted to watch her, but he played it so beautifully.
And it was like the first moment of like release for him, you feel like, because he's so stressed out through the whole show because there's a lot on the line for him. So it is a really nice moment of, I don't know, it's just very intimate and beautiful. So he gets the gold medal.
Ji Chang-wook from Healer. So our next sporting event we picked was we can't
get over Subway, you guys. Like, it's become our favorite inside joke. I texted Becca the other day and I was like, hey, you want to get Korean food this week? And I just sent her a picture of Subway. She like sent me another one. So we clearly are on the Subway thing, but we wanted to do an event for most romantic Subway date.
The most romantic Subway date.
And this was tough because we had to exclude most romantic Quiznos dates because there are those two, but fewer of them that we have personally seen. So we'll say that.
So we'll start with the bronze. You want to pick it because
Yes,
you got farther into the show than I did.
Temperature of Love, which I still haven't finished it either because it got too real. I can that moment where you're like, okay, things are going to fall apart for these people. Mm-hmm. I can tell it's coming and I just don't want it to, so I just stopped watching it. Denial.
It's fine.
Okay, so we picked that because obviously they eat Subway a ton. And it's silly, kind of, because they're Michelin star chefs, and I will never get over that part either. But I feel like there's gotta be at least one scene where he and the lead girl, the two leads, have Subway where it's just the two of them. Probably like right after they go on a run or something, because they're always running with each other, which also makes me not like them. But at the very least, they have so many team dinners for the restaurant at Subway. It had to go on the list because nobody loves Subway as much as that restaurant.
Nobody loves Subway as much as those 5-star chefs.
And good
that makes
soup.
No sense.
It's called good soup.
Good soup.
Good soup, yeah.
Good soup.
So that's our bronze winner. Becca will take silver.
Silver has to go to the lovely couple in K2. Now, we just talked about how much we love Ji Chang-wook. I still love Ji Chang-wook, but he takes her to Subway. Guys, why?
Okay. In K-drama world, that's like better than the top
Here's
restaurant.
the thing. If there are any men listening, go a step above. Just go one step above. Even, go to Dave & Barry's and like
Dave & Buster.
Dave & Buster.
the
clothing
adult
store.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Go play some basketball. Go eat some chicken
okay.
wings. Go get some beer. Don't go to Subway. They don't even have alcohol there. Why are you taking her to Subway on a date?
Again, while we are talking about this, I am so hungry for Subway that it's ridiculous, and this advertising works on me so well. I would kill someone for Subway right now. But anyway.
Now we're going to go to our gold.
Everyone knows what gold is.
Gold has to go to Goblin.
Because he let her buy such an expensive meal. It's so expensive. That's what she says.
When they go to Subway and it's... I hate it when they're talking about the toppings like it's some sort of world-renowned discovery.
Lettuce.
Like, I'm going to get pickles. It's like, you can put pickles on your sandwich at the kitchen at home. Why are you going to Subway?
It's so silly.
I hope nobody listening is offended. And I mean, we like Subway. I eat
Clearly,
Subway.
I've spent a lot of money at Subway. This is not deterring me.
Not a joke. My husband just texted me. I think we had Subway dates. He can hear us doing this podcast, and I almost brought it up. He's absolutely one of our first dates was at Subway, so I guess I shouldn't hate on it.
Becca's lying because if you buy a girl Subway, she'll probably marry you and have 3 children with you.
God, I hope that's what happened in Goblin.
God. I'm still confused about Goblin. I know we talked about Goblin, but I don't know if we talked about how we felt about Goblin, which was like, yes, it was very good, but like, what happened?
I don't know. Plus, if you've been alive for like 4,000 years, you've probably saved enough money to take her somewhere a little nicer than Subway.
Also, if I was alive for 4,000 years, I would not want to date a teenager. Did we already talk about that too? Yes. The age thing usually doesn't bother me, but when he's that old, I'm like, she's like in high school.
It'd be like Asia.
It'd be like babysitting.
Like Asia dating America in the grand scheme of things.
We're like 12.
America's like 200 years old.
And we complain about everything.
I know, we're the worst.
And then every other continent's like, you don't even know anything about anything. You haven't seen anything.
They're like, you don't have a mortgage yet?
You haven't got student loans.
You
don't have a job. No 401k, no mouths to feed. Spoiled brat. Anyway, what are we talking about?
I don't know. We're getting real fun here.
We are. We were away from each other for too long.
It's way too long.
That's what it was.
So we're going to go on to our third sporting event, which is, in my opinion, one of the better ones.
This was a brilliant category, Becca.
The sporting event is making bad wardrobe look good. This happens very often in K-dramas.
Yes. It's funny because, like, okay, she's not on the list. But remember in The Master's Son when Gong Hyo-jin's wearing that like white full-length nightgown
that says
like Jesus loves me or
Jesus help me or save me.
It's so bizarre. But I'm like, wow, Gong Hyo-jin can make anything look good.
It's a muumuu. It's a
she
giant
looks good in everything.
bed
sheet.
sheet.
Pasta, which was the first drama I watched.
Yes.
And her outfits were like baggy dresses over jeans, and I'm like, I could never pull that off, and she looks fantastic.
She looks gorgeous, of course.
So she's like the world champion, but she didn't medal tonight because we didn't think of it, to be perfectly honest with you.
Until right now. So let's go with our bronze.
And this is sort of unfair, but like she earned it. Hyeri in Reply 1988, Sunduk Sun, she had some hideous 80s clothes and she looked awesome, and I legit tried to copy her outfits because I was like, she looks fly. I'm doing this.
And not even her outfits, but her hair. She had that weird...
She looked so good in that haircut.
Oh my gosh. And it should not have. It was a terrible haircut.
She looked magnificent. She just pulled everything off. Everything. And she did. You know what I think it is about her? And probably all of these winners. But she seems so natural in whatever she wears, and like whatever her hair is, she just seems like she's very comfortable with herself. So I feel like if you have confidence, you look good. Yeah. That's like that number one rule of fashion is confidence, and she has it. She looks awesome in everything.
Confidence and a smile, and she has both of those.
She's great.
Yep. I can't remember who we gave. I'm just gonna go with one on my list. We gave it to Lee Min-ho.
For this is silver, right? It's
for silver in Airs. Because that boy pulled off some of the ugliest sweaters I've ever seen in my entire life.
I feel like one bizarre sweater, and you go, all right, fashion's weird. Every sweater was like silver paper or covered in illustrated jewels, pink fur, lightning bolts of all shapes and sizes, chartreuse lightning bolts. They looked weird, man. And I just don't even know where you would find more than one of those.
It was like an ugly Christmas sweater party every day at his house. Of the year.
And he looked so fine.
How?
He looked great. He looked great in those sweaters. Like, sometimes I get sad. I Google Lee Min-ho sweaters, and I'm happy because they're weird, and also because he looks so good in them. Mm-hmm. It's just good acting. I actually
thought, so I won't say names, but I got a really ugly sweater at Christmas this year. And the first thought I had when I opened up the box was, well, Lee Min-ho makes these things work.
I'm going to do it.
I mean, I'll try.
Here we go. Yeah, I would... See, and that's me. It was like half of those sweaters I would see at the store and be like, I am totally going to buy that because I could rock it. And then I would get it home and be like, no, you can't, Megan. You can't wear this.
But now I can't find the receipt and my cat bit off the tag, so I have to wear it.
I probably have enough sweaters to outfit Kim Tan for like 6 years. They would not fit him.
Good old Kim Tan.
He's a man.
All I can say is thank goodness he had a school uniform for the other half of that show because I do not know where they would find more sweaters like that.
They probably met their quota. Their sweater quota.
They had a certain budget for ugly sweaters and they surpassed it.
Here it comes.
And then our gold medal, I'll let you talk because I only watched the first 2 episodes of this and then I got distracted and I never went back.
So if you've watched Lucky Romance, you know, and I can't remember her character name, but Swang Jung-eun, they put her in so much denim that it's shocking. So there's this one part, I think I screenshotted you. She's wearing jeans with a denim skirt over them and like a denim jacket. I mean, it's like denim on denim on denim on denim. First off, hot. Like, she must have been sweltering in that denim. Second of all, it's just too much denim. It's just like, it was too much. It was too much denim. Yet here we are, giving her a gold medal and making weird wardrobe look bad. Because she look good, because she looked great. She could wear anything. She had some bonker stuff. Her wardrobe in that show seemed like it was like if your great aunt died and they were like, your family was like, go through her closet and take whatever you want. And you were like, okay. And then you just put random stuff together as an outfit from that closet. You'd be like, yes, this was made in 1974. And no one ever wore it. Because it was just bizarre, but like also very high fashion. So she had these weird pieces and then they were really high fashion and she looked magnificent in them because she's stunningly beautiful and also probably like a model in real life. So she made it work. Where I was like, yeah, you look great.
You texted me a lot when you were watching Lucky Romance and it was always more denim on denim.
Look at the denim. Denim queen strikes again. So much denim. And the thing that was weird to me was the like jeans with the jean skirt over them. I could even buy jeans with just like a skirt or a dress over them. I feel like we see that. But jeans with a jean skirt?
Do you think she had like jeggings on under the jeans even?
I mean, her socks had to have been jean socks. Like a denim onesie or something. Because it was just like, it was all she could wear was denim. Like she had an allergy to every fabric but denim. Now that's a K-drama I'd watch.
I would totally watch that K-drama.
The character is allergic to everything but denim. Okay.
I love it. Our next sporting event then, piggyback rides.
This is a good one.
You know what? This could actually be an Olympic sport.
Yeah.
If curling is an Olympic event, piggyback rides
probably requires
could
more
surely be an Olympic event.
Yeah.
So we're going to go with bronze. Again, we tried to really pick some variety here, but we did have Reply 1988.
Again.
And it was a scene.
And it's a non-romantic piggyback ride.
It was just a friend piggyback ride. Yeah.
But it was a very useful piggyback ride when Dong-ryong is on the soccer field and his hemorrhoids start acting up. And
this doesn't even sound real.
Is it Jungwon? We couldn't find this video.
Jungwon. It's Jungwon.
Picks him up and carries him off the field. Oh, it's very graphic, actually. Like, the scene is extremely painful looking.
Yeah, it is. Because I think they had broken into, like, a soccer field. Mm-hmm. And I think security guards caught them. And so they all had to run.
Running.
And so, yeah, Jungwon picked him up and just ran with him. But the poor guy has hemorrhoids. So as he's, like, running and bouncing, you can tell he's in so much pain. And
oh, God. It was well acted. Cause I was very uncomfortable.
I was uncomfortable watching that scene. But as soon as we said piggyback rides, it's one of the first ones I thought of.
Yeah.
Where
it's an important piggyback ride.
Yeah, it stuck out to me.
It has actual plot merit to it. And some piggyback rides is literally like, she could probably walk.
Yeah, she's fine. she could walk. Yeah. So at least we have one non-romantic one on here. The next one, though, our silver medal, we're going to give it to Coffee Prince.
Yes.
For two reasons. Yes. Because Gong Yoo gives Yoon Eun-hee a piggyback ride at the very end of the show.
And it's really romantic.
They had just, like, spent the night together.
And it's not like one of the plot device ones where it's like, I'm drunk, give me a piggyback ride.
Right.
Or,
he's like,
I lost my shoes. It's like just another really sweet, intimate moment between a couple. And it's lovely.
It's lovely. But then in the beginning of the show,
the best thing ever.
It was a reversal. Gong Yoo had gotten drunk. And she had to give him a piggyback
ride.
Carry
him home.
Which cracks me up because I Googled their weights and he outweighs her by a good, 30 pounds.
Oh my God.
She's a tiny little girl.
Do you think she was really carrying him and she's super strong? Or do you think it's like movie magic and they made it look like she was?
I think she was really carrying him.
It looked like she was carrying him. Because she carries a bunch of drunk guys out of that restaurant when she's working there. And it's every single time it's hilarious. Because she doesn't even really look like she's struggling.
No.
It's great. Very memorable.
Yeah.
Whenever the roles are reversed, it's fun. It's fun to turn the expectations.
She definitely deserves silver for that one. And then our gold medal.
I'm so glad we thought of this one. Mm-hmm. My lovely Samsoon. I feel like that show had me hooked from the first scene. And it was just like episode after episode, I got hooked more and more. Mm-hmm. But that scene where she is drunk in the scene and she has stuffed pig, right?
I think it's a giant stuffed pig.
Yeah. And Hyunbin is carrying her on his back. I don't even remember what they're doing, but it's just a comedy of errors. Like, she's beating him with the pig and yelling at him. She's being really mean to him, and he deserves all of it. And he's like gonna abandon her in an ATM or something. And it's all so funny but again, totally relevant to the plot. So it works. I loved it. I love that show.
It was so good. Does she puke on him?
Probably.
I think she does, or she's almost about to puke on him.
Yeah.
I'm trying. It's been so long since I've seen that.
It's one of those scenarios where it goes from bad to worse for her. Mm-hmm. But it's delightful. It's such a great show.
It's a very comical piggyback ride. Yeah. I really enjoyed that one.
And the fact that he could keep a straight face through it, because she's hysterical, and he really sells it too, just being like, what am I doing? Why is this happening to me?
It was great.
Yeah.
So our next Olympic event.
Good transition.
I love this one. Getting drunk. This is in so many K-dramas where, and again, it's in American shows too, where it's a fun, let's lower their inhibitions and see what these characters really think. And we picked some good ones.
We did, and I feel like even with the great stuff that we picked, we're going to come back tomorrow and text each other like, oh, you should have done this one.
Yeah, we forgot this one. Scene. So we gave bronze to a very unique one.
I'm so glad you remembered this.
So in Master's Son, Gang Hyo-jin, again, she's on our list several times today, and So Ji-sub are together, and every time she drinks...
Excuse me.
The whole premise of that show, if you haven't seen
it's so funny,
is that she can see ghosts. But anytime that she drinks, a ghost can take over her body. And so there's just so many. I mean, there's some very serious ones.
The cat one is my favorite.
But yeah, there's a scene where she goes to his apartment and she's drunk. And a cat takes over her body.
And her acting is so funny. A dog does too. It's like... ghosts just coming in and out of her body, and he's like, oh, you're a cat now. Oh, okay. And their interactions are hilarious, and her acting is great.
It's so good. Yeah, when she's the cat, especially, she's like sitting on the edge of the couch, and she's just like keeps she's like licking herself. It's so adorable. So if you haven't seen Master Son, I highly recommend it.
That's a must watch.
Yeah, it's so good. But anytime she gets drunk, somebody takes over her body, and
that's a Hong Sister show, isn't it? I think that's a Hong Sister show.
I think so. It's gold. I really like that one. Our silver medal.
It's another Gang Hyo-jin show.
Mm-hmm.
So, producer, I feel like it's a lesser talked about show, but I loved it. It was one of my favorite shows. It's probably in my, it's high up on my list.
Mm-hmm.
But what it's really fun, something really fun about it is there are 4 leads, I would say. It's IU, Cha Tae-yeon, Gang Hyo-jin, and Kim Soo-yeon.
Mm-hmm.
And... you see different scenarios from different points of view. It's like the timeline isn't necessarily linear. You get a lot of perspective. It's almost in like a mockumentary style at parts. But there's a scene where they're out drinking and Cha Tae-yeon and Kim Soo-yeon get drunk. But they don't remember it like that. They remember it being like this very manly meeting of the minds situation.
Yes.
And they're like very cool and... not weird at all. But that's not what happens, because then Gang Hyo-jin remembers it, right? And they're like tripping over themselves drunk. And they're walking home and they accidentally kiss. I can't even remember what happens. But it's so funny.
It's so funny.
Because you see it their version first, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, okay, this is a normal scene. It's fine. But then when you get the reveal of what actually happened, oh my God, it's so funny.
It's so funny. Kim Soo-hyun, like, Cha Tae is great.
Yeah.
But Kim Soo-hyun is so funny. And I think he, like, puts his hands on his face so and he, dramatic. Like, really gets into the kiss. It's so funny.
Does he think he kissed Gang Hyo-jin?
Yeah, I think they both think they kissed
her, but they kissed each other.
They kissed each other.
And... this is a side note, but I feel like part of the reason I love producers because it was the first time I saw Kim Soo-hyun play a comedic role because he was so serious as Do Min-jun.
Mm-hmm.
He's so funny.
He's really funny.
It was so fun to see him play like this sweet, kind of vulnerable, funny guy. So that wins at points too.
They get our silver medal.
Yeah.
I almost think we should post just that scene because it's
I want to rewatch that
funny.
Whole show now.
It's so great. And then our gold medal for getting drunk. We gave it to another Oh Hae-young because she gets drunk so many times in that show.
Everyone on that show gets drunk a lot.
They get drunk all the time. And she's comedic gold. I mean, she's so funny and so vulnerable and so...
she plays drunk really well.
Yeah. You genuinely believe that she's a poor, suffering soul.
Yeah. And she's just gotta drown her sorrows.
Mm-hmm. If I were her, I would probably drown my sorrows too.
I also like the scenes where her boss, who speaks French...
she's so good.
She gets drunk and she just like walks around singing and talking in French, and those are really good scenes too. I like those. It's another really realistic show, I feel like. So it's drunk but not in that over the top comedic K-drama way. It's like you've seen people do this before
right
thing. I don't know.
It kind of felt like college for me.
Maybe not Megan. I didn't do anything fun in college, so I don't know what you're talking about.
We only have 2 more sports. Our 6th sport. Makeovers.
This one was hard too because it's like I feel like there are lots, but then we had trouble thinking of them.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like they're in every single K-drama. There's some sort of makeover, but there's only a few that are over the top.
And it's almost to the point where if there's not a makeover, I'm like, well done, K-drama, no makeover. Yes. But then again, we were sitting here like, God, whoever got made over? The bronze is a good one. because it's also a funny one. Boys Over Flowers, iconic, obviously. And Goom Janti gets so many makeovers in that show. I feel like they're like, here, we'll make you presentable. And then the next episode, she's back to being Goom Janti.
Yeah.
Which is actually a lovely thing about the character. She never sticks with the makeovers. But do you remember they make her over to go to that dance when they're on that class trip? And they give her like a fur cape or something?
Yes.
And I remember thinking like, well, that's not a choice. Super weird. But they make her out, they like make her all crazy, and her makeup never looks that different. She still looks exactly like Goom Janti. She's just wearing expensive clothes.
Yes.
And when this is like the most ridiculous K-drama scene ever, when he's like, come to my house after school. And she shows up and he gives her a makeover, and it's like, who do you think you are?
I know.
That was offensive makeover.
That was the scene I was thinking of, because I literally was watching it and thinking, this is kidnap. Like, you're basically kidnapped this girl. And don't they, like, wax her legs and everything?
And then he makes her walk home. I'm pretty sure that's the scene where he gets mad at her about something, probably because she's like, this is kidnapping. And he's like, fine, then walk home. So he's put her in these horrible heels.
Yes.
That are extremely, extremely pointy. And she's like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna walk home. And then, of course, somebody comes and saves her and drives her. But it's like, I don't know why you think this is a good idea.
I just don't understand.
What's his name? Goo Jun Pyo?
Yes. I don't understand any of that. And somehow, that was still the first show ever I watched. It was one of the first ones I watched, but I could not stop watching.
We have to do a whole episode on Boys Over Flowers, and we just need to like break it down episode by episode, because that show, the crazier it gets, and the more I'm like, this is dumb, or this is nuts, the more I'm like, I need more, give me more. I could not
stop watching. Yeah.
Don't ever let this show end.
It was,
even my mom finally watched it, and she was like, why do I like this? It's so bonkers. Like, I know, you think that's crazy. Just wait. There's like a whole subplot about somebody trying to kill her that hasn't even come up yet. And it only lasts like 2 episodes, and then you never think about it again.
I mean, at least there were several makeovers to keep us.
There were plenty
to keep us
of
coming
makeovers.
back.
And it came out at a time that was just like a vile time in fashion anyway. I feel like a lot of like cropped sweaters and things.
Yeah.
So we just have to live with that. It's a nice time capsule of the
Plus, I love that Lee Min-ho's character gave her that makeover, and he had that bonkers permy hair. Oh my God. Like, you're the one who needs a makeover.
You know what? He should take gold, silver, and bronze for making weird stuff look good, because he had that perm, and I was still like, anything you say, Lee Min-ho.
I think the first 2 episodes, I was talking to you saying, I can't watch this. Like, the hair makes him unwatchable.
Yep, and I was just like,
and you
don't
said,
stop.
Yeah, you were like, do not stop watching. And by episode 4, I totally forgot he had that hair.
It's like when you go into a room and there's like weird smell. Mm-hmm. You're like, if I just stay in here a little longer, I won't even notice the smell. And then you just never even know there's a smell. It's like when you have cats. And people are like, your house smells like cats. And you're like, I don't even notice it anymore. I'm just super happy to have all these cats.
Lee Min-ho would be so complimented by that.
Your hair is the visual equivalent of a dirty cat box.
Of a house that smells like soup. And you're like, why does your house smell like soup?
I had soup earlier. I didn't notice it. I'm sorry. Like when you go to a diner and then you smell like grease for 3 days afterwards.
Honestly, it's like when you go to Subway and you come home and your jacket reeks of Subway.
It reeks of that fresh baked bread. I don't know what you're talking about. So then, you know what, everyone? If you're suspicious that we keep mentioning Subway because we have some sort of deal with Subway and we're just like the K-dramas we're mocking, we do not. I just want to put that out there.
But Subway, if you're listening, we're not opposed
Subway
to that.
As much as you want. Just let us know.
And then our gold medal for makeover.
We haven't even gotten here yet.
I'll let you take it.
So this one is difficult for me because I feel passionately about both before and after. But Yoon Si-yoon in The Best Hit obviously shows up in present day like he's straight out of the 90s. And his fashion is bizarre and great. And he looks fantastic in it. I love the 90s look on him. Like, it made me fully into the 90s look, which I don't think I ever was into the 90s look until that show. But he eventually kind of updates his look, and goes modern, and then he looks amazing in modern clothes. So it's like you can't lose, which gives him a gold medal right away. But I'm not gonna lie, he went to the modern look, and I kind of missed the 80s look. Or 90s look. I missed it. Because he looks so good in
You know what's amazing is I don't feel like anybody can wear 90s clothes well. I don't even feel like people who lived in the 90s could wear 90s clothes well.
No, I look at him now and I'm like, what were we all thinking?
Yes, the MC Hammer pants and a lot of weird neon and prints.
Just everything was so ill-fitting.
Yes.
I feel like that was our big mistake. Everything was ill-fitting.
There was a shortage of tailors in the 90s.
I will say, I think like 99 to like 2005 was way worse. Maybe even to like 2009, because it was a lot of bad material and like just basic looking crap. I think I would take 90s stuff more over any of that crap I wore in high school and college, to be perfectly honest. This was not a good time.
Well, he wore it well.
He looked great.
I loved the French braid. Didn't he have like a small French braid in his hair?
Yeah, he sure
in the
did.
90s.
And it was awesome.
And he rocked that
He
really
had that
well.
belt, those belts where it's like a belt and then another belt, but they're connected and it just dangles there. And it's stupid, but you're like, why does that work on you? That looks good on you, Dabong. I love it.
Those always remind me of like a dog walker who let the dog off the leash for a while to play at the park.
Yeah.
And he still has to keep the leash.
I'm hanging on to the leash just in case. Yeah,
he makes it work.
That's actually really good.
He makes it work. Whatever's going to happen there. Our last Olympic event for K-dramas.
Again, a very big field of competitors for this.
Yes, the gender bender.
The gender bender.
There's so many gender benders in so many different shows.
And they're very different. So even the ones on our list, like the gender benders are different kinds of gender benders. So for the bronze medal, we went with a Sung Kyung Kwon scandal, Park Min Young playing a man. I don't know who would have thought she was a man.
No,
it's not even like, I mean, it's
most
literally just like
feminine
she
looking
put
man
on
ever.
A school uniform and they were like, oh yeah, you're a dude. But it was a good show, so we put it on there.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
And I feel like then for silver, and it was different too because like you think of it as a different time. Women weren't educated, and she was really smart and educated, so she was playing a role that I think it's just a different kind of gender bender than like our silver medalist, which goes to Coffee Prince.
Coffee Prince, Yoon Eun-hee.
And her thing,
say it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Her thing is she didn't. I mean, like of course she didn't really look like a man either, but her acting was so good. Her physicality was so good, and the way she kind of just like blended in with the other guys at work. That I feel like, not that I forgot she was a female character pretending to be a male, but I just believed she was the character she was playing.
Yes.
Like whatever gender it was, I believed she was that person. And I feel like that is a really successful performance. Does that make sense?
Every performance in Coffee Prince was
what a great show.
Home run. Yeah, for sure.
Incredible show.
If you have not watched Coffee Prince, stop listening.
Why are you even listening to this?
Go watch it right now. It's got to be number one on your list. It's going
to break your heart and then put it back together again.
It'll make you think the world is a better place. Our number one gender bender has to go to Secret Garden.
And this is, again, all performance.
Yes.
Because when they swap places, they are in the body of the opposite gender. So it's not about looking like a man or a woman. They look like a man and they look like a woman. But again, the physicality and the acting. Hyunbin was so good at being kind of like being this woman trapped in a man's body, and Ha Ji-won was so good about being. I think she was better than.
I honestly think she was better too. He was great and very funny.
Part of it too is because the character was a stronger character. I feel like it's easier to act the male character because he was so mean and kind of just rough and rude and stuck up.
One of my favorite scenes is when they're on a park bench and they had just swapped genders or swapped bodies or swapped souls. I don't remember what the whole plot was. But she's sitting there in obviously a woman's body and it's supposed to be him in her body. And like legs are spread. It's just,
so natural and funny.
She pulled it off so well.
Yeah, it's definitely gold medal performances.
I love that show so much. And that's one of those shows where I keep looking back and thinking, like when I think about the plot, I think there's no way that makes sense.
No.
And then I would happen to rewatch an episode here or there, and I can't stop watching.
Remember the dirt bike race?
I do remember the dirt bike race.
What was that about?
Don't ask questions.
I guess they just had to get her lost in the woods so she could go find Ajima.
Yeah. Don't ask questions.
You're right. Again, these are all questions that come 4 years after I watched it, and questions I never asked while watching it. Now I'm just like, oh, there was a lot of scenes on dirt bikes in that show. They seemed very experienced in dirt bike riding. It's kind of weird.
We're just gonna allow it today.
Yeah.
It's the Olympics.
It's the Olympics.
It's an athletic thing.
Is there a dirt bike category in the Olympics?
There should be if there isn't. That's it. That's all
Those
of our
winners, and they're all well deserved.
I mean, that's 21 winners right there for 7 very diverse events. And if you happen to agree or disagree with us, we would love to hear if we forgot any.
Which we did. I mean, we had to have. There are just so many to choose from. Mm-hmm. So please let us know what your winners are. You can find the categories.
We'll post them.
Yeah, somewhere.
On Twitter.
I just said that, and we all know that Becca's the one who's going to have to do all this work. I can do it. I'll do it.
We have first off, we have so many fun listeners.
Yeah.
We have so many fun listeners there's this girl on YouTube. We love you.
Yes.
Girl on Twitter. I love talking to you so much.
I feel like that's the whole reason we wanted to do this, is we did want to connect with more people. Mm-hmm. So please talk to us.
Yeah.
Do we have time for a little quiz?
Absolutely.
So this is kind of related to the one you gave me last time.
Oh boy.
But kind of not.
Okay.
So you know the game Marry, Boff, Kill?
Okay.
We're not doing that.
Okay, I was gonna say.
We're not doing that. We're gonna do my K-drama version, which is piggyback, fall asleep on the bus, or trip and accidentally kiss. So I'm gonna give you...
I cannot wait to play
I
this
have 3
game.
categories for you today.
Okay.
We're gonna do K-pop, we're gonna do K-dramas, and then we're gonna do second male leads.
Oh.
And you're gonna have to decide who you're gonna piggyback, who you're going to allow to give you a piggyback, who you are going to fall asleep on the bus, and who are you going to trip and accidentally kiss.
First real question.
Yes.
How long is this bus ride?
I mean, they last, like, forever, as far as I can tell.
All right.
Or, like, 10 seconds. No, we'll say your bus ride, it's like a 25-minute bus ride. It's a considerable bus ride.
It's a sizable bus ride.
Yes,
All right.
Yeah.
I'll look at that.
But you are going to be asleep, so you won't even really know that you fell asleep on that person.
All right.
So you're going to have to soak in the love by osmosis, because you're not aware of it.
I'm very good at osmosis.
Good.
All right.
Did I use that correctly?
Yeah. So
Hey-o!
quick question then about the piggyback ride. Mm-hmm. Is this person drunk? Or am I drunk? Or are we both drunk? Or can I choose if we're drunk?
I think this is you can choose, but I was picturing this as more of a I twisted my ankle scenario.
Oh, I like that even better.
You, like, tripped, and he was like, oh, you're always tripping, and then, like, picks you up and gives you a piggyback, and you're like, don't, I'm a grown woman, but you're like, okay.
I love this.
Okay.
I love where this is going.
And you know the trip and accidentally kiss.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm assuming we're
trip,
fine.
He goes to catch you. Yeah, your lips hit each other. And you just sit there, both looking surprised.
If I had a nickel for every time that happened.
Okay, so pick your category. Do you want K-pop, K-drama, or second leads?
Oh my gosh. Let's get second leads out of the way.
Okay. So, piggyback, fall asleep on the bus, trip and accidentally kiss. Choi Young-do from The Heirs. So, Sang-hee from Lie to Me, the one you're watching right now.
Okay.
Or Jung-won from Reply 1988.
Oh, Megan. I would accidentally...
Trip and accidentally kiss?
I would intentionally trip and kiss Jung-hwan from Reply 1988. Man, I think I would have to give Wait, am I giving the piggyback ride? He's giving you a
piggyback ride.
I'd have to go with Heirs because...
Oh, good choice.
He is tall and strong.
I like your thinking. Yeah. I would love to have...
He'd probably dump me in the pool as we walk by, but still...
But that means he likes you,
yeah,
so
I'd be fine with it. It's hot out. I'd go for a swim.
Never know.
Yeah, I'm a good swimmer.
And then Sang-hee from
Sang-hee, who is
fall asleep on the bus.
Gorgeous.
He's very sweet too, so I feel like he would be the type to let you fall asleep on him.
He also just looks like a warm, a warm person.
He has a very warm smile. Yeah, that Sungju.
I feel like if I fell asleep on the Heirs guy, he'd be very cold. I'd wake up right away.
He'd like push your head off.
Yeah, and he's very thin, so it'd be bony.
I just see him being like, "What are you doing, falling asleep on me?"
Yeah,
push you.
I can see his pointer finger going up to my temple and just pushing me to the other side.
That's a really great K-drama scene waiting to happen right there.
Yeah,
so.
That's a good one.
Then now, do you want K-drama or K-pop?
Oh,
let's do K-drama.
Let's do K-drama.
So, piggyback.
Okay.
Fall asleep on the bus, or trip and accidentally kiss Lee Min-ho.
Ooh.
These are the actors.
Big
not
guns.
The characters.
Big
the actors.
guns. You're not holding anything back here.
No, girl. All right. We only have a limited amount of time. I can't just mess around here. Lee Min-ho.
Okay.
Hyun Bin. Gong Yoo.
I
like
knew
the
you were gonna pick
trifecta. The original 3.
Oh, man. You know what? This is gonna give you an insight into my weirdness. I have a very hard time sleeping when I'm on transportation because I feel like something bad is going to happen.
So you want someone who will make
sure
nothing bad
I want someone who's going to
happens.
protect me. So I'm going to pick Hyun Bin because he was like a Marine.
I would also pick Hyun Bin to fall asleep on the bus.
And I feel like he would just give the evil eye to anybody who was going to maybe mess with me.
I think that's very wise.
So I would definitely pick him. Oh, no, this is really hard, though.
You got piggyback and trip and accidentally kiss.
Megan, I think I'm just gonna say I'd trip and kiss Gong Yoo, just because it's every girl's dream.
So I had it flipped.
You did?
I was gonna trip and accidentally kiss Lee Min-ho and piggyback Gong Yoo. The idea of riding on Gong Yoo. That came out wrong.
That did not come out wrong.
I was just saying, it seems like it would not be a bad time to have a piggyback ride from Gong Yoo.
I almost want to switch my answer now.
It looks...
My biggest thing is I just can't see Lee Min-ho giving me a piggyback ride. I mean, he's the only option left, so he has to.
Do you think you can... Are you picturing him as, like, one of the, like, Boys Over Flowers character who would, like, never give a piggyback? Although, wait, we forgot, like, the ultimate piggyback ride, Becca. In Boys Over Flowers, when she's getting the crap kicked out of her.
Oh, that's right.
And
well,
he
carries her.
Oh, he carries her.
Yeah, that's not a piggyback
okay. That doesn't
ride.
count. That doesn't count. Okay.
But yeah,
what a good
scene.
Oh
My gosh.
Also, what is that show?
I don't know.
That show is horrifying.
Well, that show is scary.
But anyway.
I just feel like Lee Min-ho is such a superstar that he doesn't even, like, carry his own luggage. So I can't imagine him carrying me.
I don't know, because when I've seen him in interviews and stuff, he seems really cool and chill. He seems like a super chill guy.
Maybe.
But he always plays, like, chaebols and rich guys and cold characters. So you do think of him as, like...
Man, I do kind of want to switch my answer now. Because a piggyback ride from Gong Yoo is looking pretty good.
It seems like it'd almost be better than a kiss.
Plus, I feel
especially it's an accidental kiss.
He has, like, better hair than Lee Min-ho, I think.
Like,
so it'd be right there.
Are you, like, smelling his hair? How awkward did this piggyback ride just get?
I just want to see if he smells like Subway since he spends so much time there.
He can't even smell it anymore.
Full circle.
Full circle.
Full circle.
Okay, well...
You're going to kill me with the K-pop one. I just know it.
Because I am going straight to your heart with this.
Okay, let's hear it.
So, piggyback, fall asleep on the bus, or trip and accidentally kiss.
I love these categories. I love them.
Suga.
Oh, of course you would pick Suga.
Mark from GOT7. Or Seungri.
Or Seungri.
You
Megan.
have to pick between those 3.
I thought you were going to say Jimin, and I was like, oh.
Nope.
But you picked Seungri.
Nope, straight to the heart.
Oh, you guys, why does she do this to me?
That's fun.
I think I would... Oh, man. I would make Seungri give me a piggyback ride.
That's
because kissing him, he would think was going to lead to something else. And falling asleep on the bus, I don't trust myself to fall asleep with Seungri there. So.
My mom listened to our Big Bang podcast and she was like, oh my gosh, is Seungri really like a pervert? I was like, no, I don't know why we think that. We just think it's funny. Like, his videos are sexy, so we've like created this monster. And it's, like, not a fair representation of him at all.
So, piggyback ride.
Piggyback ride.
Yeah, the Seungri in my head, I feel best with the piggyback ride. Plus, he's really strong. He's, like, he works out.
I mean, in a way, I'd be like, Seungri.
Yeah.
All of them. But I'd be that way for all 3 of these options, because these are good options.
I think I might surprise you and say I would fall asleep on Suga.
That's what I was thinking you would say.
I think so.
But doesn't it seem like it's because when somebody falls asleep on somebody on the bus, it's always like that tsundere character who's like cold on the inside opposite. Cold on the outside, warm on the inside. And Suga's totally got that going. And so it's that like, I'm like a grump, but I'm going to make sure you're comfortable for this entire bus ride.
I feel like that's romantic. What it would be. Plus, there's something about falling asleep on somebody that's kind of intimate. You know what
Very
I mean?
Intimate.
Like a lot of you is touching.
I know the time that the girl I didn't know fell asleep on me on a bus from Boston to New York. I was uncomfortable because we were very close, but I didn't want to wake her because she was so sleepy. And then when she woke up and realized what she'd done, instead of being like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I mean, she just looked at me horrified. Like, what did we just do? I was like, you fell asleep on me. And we never spoke.
What is your life?
We never spoke at all. It made it so much more awkward that I like was like, haha, like you fell asleep. I didn't want to wake you. And she was just like, oh my God.
What is your life?
I'll never forget that encounter. It was awful.
So I guess that I would trip and accidentally kiss Mark Twain.
What a shame.
What a shame. You know what? He speaks English. He grew up here. Yeah, so sure. Why not?
Because you need a lot of talking when it comes to kissing.
At least I could apologize. And I'd be like, for real, I'm super klutzy. I'm so sorry.
So what I didn't tell you is this trip and accidentally fall ends in a freeze frame, so you're kissing for eternity.
Well, and we may do a podcast on it, but we were at a Got7 show.
We have to do a podcast
and we sat super close, much like Big Bang.
A podcast about this.
And I left that day again, like Big Bang. I went with no bias and left thinking, oh, I think I'm a Mark Twain girl.
I really want to do a podcast about that because we paid extra to go to that high touch thing, and I want to talk to you about what that experience was like.
Oh,
because
we need to.
It was great, but there is nothing weirder than a high touch session.
A high touch session.
We
it's just as weird as it sounds.
We high-fived him. And nothing made me feel older than doing the high touch session because I was like, I'm old. Why am I spending my money this way? Would I do it differently?
No,
of course not.
We would absolutely do it again.
I would pay double.
If they heard they were coming tomorrow, I would do it again.
Yeah, I would empty my bank account. But it was surreal. It was extremely surreal to be like, what is this scenario? I paid money to walk in a straight line and high five a bunch of guys that I don't know. But then I feel like I know and they have no idea I even exist. So it's like, oh, it's my friends who don't know me and they're touching me. And I paid to touch them. I paid to touch them.
It's the same as if you paid the girl on the bus to fall asleep on you.
Which that was the part I excluded from the story. I did. She's a professional bus sleeper. I'll never forget her face when she woke up and realized what had happened. She just looked so horrified. And I was trying to be like, you know me, weird. So we're just like, oh, you're awake or something like that. Sometimes I think about the high touch session and I get so uncomfortable. I heat my body temperature spikes because I'm just like, oh, awkward. I'm feeling so awkward.
I'm actually sweating right now.
I'm not kidding. I think about it because I also screwed it up. I guess I shouldn't tell the story now. We're going to do it later. But basically, you're supposed to high five and I gripped. And it was obviously not what I was supposed to do. Because he did not grip back. It was just me squeezing his hand. It was so awful.
So amazing.
Part of me wants to do it all over again. Another part of me hopes I never have to go through it again. It was so bizarre. Oh, God.
Well, I think the one thing that we learned from today's podcast is you get the gold medal in awkwardness.
I do. I beat every single quirky, awkward K-drama lead because I will always make it weirder than they could even dream. I think I just make it weird by acknowledging how weird it is. No one felt weird until I was like, this is weird, right? In a number of these situations we were talking about. I had to acknowledge the weirdness and then everybody's like, oh great, now it's weird.
You're an actual Larry David.
Yes.
That's what you are.
Do you know I've always said I most closely identify with George from Seinfeld.
I can see that.
Yeah, and Ross from Friends. The awkward ones, you're right.
The awkward ones. Well, thanks for listening, everybody.
God, why am I shouldn't be proud of those things. I'm sitting here reevaluating my whole life. Oh, wait, what would be your event?
Oh, yeah, we didn't pick. Okay, so if you had to pick one of our 7 events that you are in real life, which one would you pick? So they are Kissing with Your Eyes Wide Open, Most Romantic Subway Date, Making Bad Wardrobe Look Good, Piggyback Rides, Getting Drunk, Makeovers, or Gender Bender.
What do you think yours is?
Well, I almost feel like I have to say Romantic Subway Date because I was making fun of it, and my husband and I have done that.
So and now you guys are like a beautiful, wonderful family. So Subway, this isn't a product placement, but Subway will make your life perfect. You'll find true love and have a perfect family. If you don't find it at Subway, take them to Subway, and you'll be together forever. I think mine would be... I was going to say getting drunk, but again, it's because when I'm drunk, it's like the worst. Because I just get really grumpy and I talk about news a lot. My friends like to remind me one time I got really drunk and I just went around asking people how they felt about the fiscal cliff. Like, are you worried about the fiscal cliff? Either that or I recount shot by shot 80s music videos where I'm like, you haven't seen that music video? Let me tell you what happens for the entire song.
I think that's a great quality in a person.
So I guess it would be that. I was going to say making bad wardrobe look good, but I think it's more like wanting to make bad wardrobe look good. So I'll say getting drunk because I'm a weird drunk, but it at least is mildly entertaining. And you'll get your current events.
There you go.
So
that's welcome. Us in a nutshell. Megan gets the gold medal.
Becca found love at Subway. I'm wandering around asking about the fiscal cliff. Who even remembers what the fiscal cliff is?
Winning.
When is this, 2013?
All right, we do have a favor to ask of you. Megan, can you guess what it is? Yes, write a review. That's right. Online reviews really, really help whenever you're trying to help people discover something new or take a chance on something they may like. People really respond and respect to what other people think, and they become interested when they see other people like something and are talking about it. Therefore, writing reviews online can really, really make a big difference. We're not just asking you to review our podcast, although it is greatly appreciated. We want you to keep this in mind with all things you enjoy. Please let us know what you think of the show. Our email addresses are becca@noonayabusiness.com and megan@noonayabusiness.com. That's NOONAYA business.com. And if you like the show, please be sure to tell a friend and subscribe to us on iTunes or Podbean. Until next week, we are Megan and Becca. Thank you so much for joining us. It means the world that you continue to show up here, so thank you. If this is your first episode or episode 9, we hope we made you smile.